like to hide it. It's been in the garage this whole time.
When I dollars, no.
Right.
Yeah, what kind of receiver is Texas taking with Isaiah
Great receiver. What a great player. Very explosive, detail oriented. He's a team guy. So to see him go is tough, but no, I'm very excited for him because he has another opportunity to play somewhere else, and so I'm super excited for him in the future.
How well before college did you know Connor Wegman, and what kind of quarterback have you seen him picking on?
Texas kid, supporting him. You know, he's a Texas kid, local, around my high school, not too far. So, you know, I had a chance, to share this, share the same Texas football with him, and so, I'm pumped for him, for all the success he had for A&M, and I'm pulling for him.
How talented was that 2022 quarterback class in Texas with you and Wegman and Jackson Arnold, Kate Klubnik? I guess yours reclassified years later on before he did.
Yeah, no, Texas is a great state for football, especially at quarterback level. With all the great quarterbacks that played in Texas, but like the group that you mentioned, what a great group. With all the resources that's provided, being in the state of Texas, big stadiums, great coaching staff, the weight rooms are outstanding. So it's a lot of factors of the performance from high school quarterback with all the resources provided.
Jalen, what do you think about Coach Saban predicting the expanded Georgia, Texas, and the SEC championship?
I think the biggest thing is really attacking the offseason. For us, we attacked it by 4 stages of offseason. Number 1, fourth quarter program. Number 2, spring ball. 3, summer 1. Now 4, summer 2. So like once we have that, with our goals as far as short-term goals, long-term goals that we want to achieve, it's all about building each and every day to be the best version of ourselves each and every day that we come in the building. With the time that we're in the building, you have quotes, throughout the day. So you're honestly motivated each and every day. And with our team, we have shared success. So I'm super excited for what the future holds for our football team because of the family-oriented group that we have.
Jalen, you were on your way to Tyler the day Saban news came out about him retiring. They told you to turn around and get back to Tuscaloosa. What do you remember about that day, and what would it mean if your team and yourself put yourself in a position to get back there and win that award this year, Darrell Campbell Award?
Yeah, I'll say it was a lot of factors in the offseason for sure that we can reflect on and build from. But, one thing for our team that we try to do is be level-headed, not making any emotional decision, come together with all our decision-making and come together as a group, as a whole team. And that's something that we've done a really good job from the start of offseason to now in July is coming together. And with that, leaders have stepped up. We have a really special group with a player-led group with each and every one that's a part of the team. And so with that, you're always going to have external factors. You're going to have factors that might sway you from your goals and stuff like that. So it's for leaders to refocus the group and enforce, hey, this is our team, this is the standard here, and that's something that we've done a really good job at.
What kind of coaches?
A little bit about Chad Preston and your time with him last year and what he's going to bring to Tulane next season.
Absolutely, man. That's my guy. When he came in, that was a guy I was around a lot. With him being an underclassman under me, he really got, I got a chance to get to know him. We built a great relationship, and like I mentioned, I was upperclassmen above him, so I just gave him my insight on Alabama and just the program and as a whole. But you're getting a tall and a big guy at receiver that's passionate about the game, loves the game, and just he's going to do everything that he needs to be the best receiver he can be.
Where do you want to improve as quarterbacks? Where do you want to improve as a quarterback this season?
For me, master the game of football. The great thing about last year, I can reflect on my film from last year and build upon that. And it's all about being around guys that's going to push me and uplift me and hold me to a standard of playing at a high level. And I have that with Coach DeBoer and Coach Sheridan that I'm so super excited about. And for us, we narrowed some things down that we wanted to improve on and build upon. And we're going to reflect on it as a group.
What's your critique of yourself?
I think for me, I'm not a finished product. I think for me, today I stopped getting better. Today I feel as though I need to retire. So with that, I can always seek information and try to be a sponge at the position, whether it's situation awareness, whether it's protection, whether it's coverages. There's a multitude of things that as a quarterback to play at a high level, you have to master that aspect. And number one, that that people think about is more the physical aspect, but not the mental aspect. So I think mentally being stronger in the game and be ready for all situations that occur, so you can be the strongest player you can be on the football field.
What kind of coach is A&M getting in Coach Wiggins?
Oh, they're getting a great guy. So with my time at Alabama, Coach Wiggins was a receiver coach, and I built a great relationship with him and his family. And I can just say, man, they're going to get a guy that's really passionate about his players, really loves the game of football, a guy that played the game, so he acknowledges what it takes to be successful, and then also someone that truly cares about his players. So they're getting a great guy in Coach Wiggins.
Jalen, let's talk about your team. Who on the roster are we not getting enough hype going into this season?
I'll say the whole team as a whole, because this is a team that they could have went anywhere they wanted to, but they stayed grounded, they stayed committed to our team, and so I'll say it's time to give everybody flowers who's a part of our Alabama 2024 football team, because it was difficult. It's been a difficult offseason as far as processing the external factors and things that we can't control necessarily, but really refocusing on our goals as a team and staying grounded. So I'm really proud of the guy that's in the locker room, because they could have went anywhere they wanted to, but they stayed grounded and wanted to do something special with this team for the 2024 season.
Jalen, what did you learn by watching this South Florida game?
So one thing that I can mention is that was a turning point of our season. That was a chance for us to come together as a team. We talk about the length mentality. Let all naysayers know. That was a chance for us to really come together and build a theme upon what our season wanted to be about. And so, although you can always look at things that are negative in a football game, there's always things that you want back in the game. No matter what game it is, you can't play a perfect game. And one thing you can mention is that the turning point of our season was coming together as a group and mention the family acronym, forget about me, I love you. And so that was very special for our group to come together as one and try to refocus and go attack all of our short-term goals and long-term goals.
Jalen, one thing you've been talking about a lot is the changes like I've been through every year. What's one thing to stay consistent, and like what have you done to stay grounded this whole time in Alabama?
I'll say attacking the mental aspect of the game, being mentally tough, but also sitting around yourself that are like-minded but also smarter, in a sense that you're always learning and growing, and also being around people that are uplifting you and someone that you can lean on and trust as far as getting you better. Because while you're going on this process, I feel as though it takes a team and takes a whole group and a whole village to uplift you through your journey. And I don't believe in the word self-made. I think it really does take a team. And so with that, of course, there's going to be factors that try to take you away from your goals and stuff like that. But it's all about being around good people, and that's what I have in my circle.
What did those wins over A&M the last 2 years do for you and your personal development and maturity? You guys had to grind those out.
I think reflecting about when I came into college and mentioning Bryce Young. Bryce Young did a really good job being a starter for Alabama, and I saw football in a different lenses. And with my time, you can always try to seek information, and that's what I did with coaching staff and also with the starter and Bryce. And one thing that Coach Sheridan mentioned to our team, it was during that practice one day. He went up to somebody at practice. He said, "Hey, how many reps did you have today at practice?" Dude, he started counting on his fingers. I had that prep earlier. He started counting. He said like 7 or something like that. He said, "No, you had every rep today." And so that's how I incorporated into my time at Alabama. Prior to me getting the start for whatever game I started, was that I had mental reps. Every rep that may have been taken when I was a backup, I took a rep. It was a mental rep being on the sideline and, looking at the defenses. I learned a lot. And so with that, with my time, it was times where I learned so much being off the field. And I incorporate that with my development for whenever my time was to play and to play for our team and lead them in the right direction. So I'll say this is beyond games that I played that I was able to learn.
Jalen, we see you came out with that hat just now. What about your personality? Can your Alabama teammates tell you're a Texas guy?
I'm from Texas, man. But no, I say, man, this is something that is part of the Texas culture, and there's something that everybody knows. I'm from Texas. I rep it pretty loudly while I'm at the facility.
Jalen, a guy you shared backfield with, Jim Miller, had a big spring. What have you seen from him? What are you expecting from him coming in this season?
I'll say he's hungry, always, never complacent. A guy is very quiet, but his success makes a noise. With how hard he grinds in the offseason, it's been special to see him keep working and putting his head down and work, especially because now he's an upperclassman. Before he's an underclassman, now he's an upperclassman. So to see his development, to see how much he loves the game of football, and he's a Texas kid, so we share something in common. But no, we have a great relationship. Super glad that he stayed grounded and continue to get better because he's doing a really good job for us.
And Jalen, what is Texas getting in another one of your former targets in Milroe?
Getting a great dude, someone that really loves the game of football, very passionate. He's fun to be around. That's something that people might not see how fun he is to be around. So they're getting a special cat in Amari Nabalat.
Jalen, when you were up in the academy, did you get to spend much time with Jackson Arnold?
Yeah, no, I spent a lot of great time with a lot of great quarterbacks, and that's one thing I like to mention is that, man, football is a great vehicle for people to meet a lot of great people. The networking aspect of where the game might take you, and that was a great opportunity to be at the man in the camp and be around him. You know, he's a great dude. Just to have the chance to be able to talk to him and listen his views, because for me, I just see the views of being an Alabama quarterback, but to hear his views of being an Oklahoma quarterback, it was great. So, I'm super excited for the future success that he will have this year, and especially with him being a Texas kid. So I'm rooting for him definitely, and then I hope all is well with him and he pushes and keeps on getting better.
Jalen, last season you had a tough game against Texas, but you got a lot better as the year went on. How do you think that game would have been different had you played them later in the season? And if you played them this season, the SEC championship or the playoffs, what do you think it'll be different about it?
I see every game as a learning experience. No matter if it was my best game, worst game, I see everything as a learning experience. And every game, you might want that playback. Oh, I want that playback. Man, I wish I didn't. And it's all a part of it. And with your journey, you can always reflect. That's a game that you can reflect on and say, hey, what's some things we did well at? What's some things we didn't do as great at? And just narrowing it down to that focus, that's going to uplift you. That's going to get you through tough time. That's going to get you through anything when you're going down your journeys, past experiences. And so what a great opportunity to learn and grow from that game, especially playing with a team that played in the playoffs and played at a high level. So it was just a great opportunity just to learn.
Jalen, you were voted most likely to succeed in high school. I have it right here. This is actually me and you in our high school.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah,
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Do you feel like you've lived up to that success?
I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I have God on my side, so who can be against me?
Jalen, walk us through that last play against Auburn. What was talked about in the huddle? What was the idea there? What was your reaction?
It was, Jalen, go back there and just launch it deep and close your eyes. It was a play that we execute each and every week on Friday, going through walkthrough period and being really detail-oriented in our approach. Because we didn't know when exactly we were going to call that play call. It was all about being prepared. And when that play call was called, no one had any fear in their heart. No one questioned the play call. Everybody run out there, and we executed something that we repped. And it's all about repetition. And so it was a chance to put in display what we worked so hard on all season. And what a great opportunity, and it took all 11 on that play, so we seized it.
What was the reaction like in the locker room? How was that?
It's funny because like we talk about 1-0 and the next play mentality. That's exactly what happened. We went in the locker room, hugged each other, got excited, and then boom, it was all about the next game and getting back and getting healthy because that was a tough game. That took all 4 quarters playing them. So it was time for us to regroup, refocus for our game next week, and get everybody on the same page so we can constantly keep getting better and attack our goals.
Jalen, is it strange?
Confidence. Number 1 is confidence. Number 2 is detail-oriented. Number 3, how passionate he is about his teammates. I think that's something that I've noticed is that leadership aspect is important. Number 1, what you have to do about leadership is get to know who you're dealing with and getting to know your personnel. That's something he did a really good job at, because now with him going on to being an upperclassman, he has had time in the system. He may not have the many reps, but he has been in the system, and with that, he's grown in confidence, and he's been a really key resource for us to be successful in the future. So to see him and see how hard he's been working, and he put his head down and constantly worked, and also being a great teammate is something that has been missed. And I'm super proud of him because he's just stayed grounded and constantly just try to get better.
Jalen, describe the feeling.
Kind of lean on upperclassmen and veterans within the coaching staff.
Say not hard, because we've done a really good job at setting the standard, and the standard of excellence, and the standard of leadership. And there's 2 types of leadership, lifter and a puller. And once you distinguish it that way, that's something that guys have stepped up and do that. And so that's been very special. So that's something we've saw within the group, is that aspect of it, and not losing focus on what the task is at hand. And it's always you reflect on short-term goals and long-term goals. And if you want to achieve that, you got to start with leadership.
How do you describe Malachi Moore?
Great guy. Fifth-year guy, has so much knowledge of being an Alabama football player. Very, very instinctive. Very passionate about the game. He loves his teammates. He loves the state of Alabama. Just to see his purpose when he plays the game, see how much he loves his teammates. There's a lot of things I can go on and on because I've experienced being his teammate because of the time I've been in college and also just see him, you know. So I'm just super glad to be his teammate because he's been a special to me and someone that I talk to on a daily basis. So I'm super proud of him, of how much he's just constantly just gotten better, but also influenced the guys around him in his room. So, you know, I'm very passionate about my teammate, and you know, I'm super excited to share the field with him.
Last
Do you
question.
feel any kind of way about Nick picking against you guys to win, to go to the SEC championship? What if you thought that one?
What he say?
He picked Georgia and Texas.
I mean, it's all a part of it, you know. It's all a part of it. Still love Coach. That's my guy. He's the same guy I hugged after the Iron Bowl, so ain't nothing gonna change there. But it's all about us. You know, it's all about, you know, attacking the task at hand and, you know, setting short-term goals and long-term goals that we want to accomplish as a group, and never looking at external factors within the time we have together and the opportunity. The opportunity that's presented, seize it, and make the most of it. So it's all about just going want to know each and every day and just trying to attack all tasks that we have in front of us.
What do you think about your picture on the cover of Bama?
Nice.